Hello and Assalamu Alaikum. I'm Mughira Jalil and you're watching Narramus. In the annals of India-US relations, few leader-to-leader clashes were as notorious as the frosty exchanges between Richard Nixon and Indira Gandhi during the 1971 Bangladesh crisis. An era marked by mutual suspension, strategic divergence and bruised egos. Over 5 decades later, history appears to be rhyming in what could be called Nixon-Indira 2.0. As Donald Trump and Narendra Modi navigate a similarly combustible mix of personal friction, geopolitical disagreement, and economic hardball. From Washington's handling of the May 2025 India-Pakistan flare-up to bitter trade dispute and divergent stance on Russia and China, the echoes of that earlier diplomatic chill are hard to ignore. The first crack in this recent phase appeared during the May 2025 conflict between India and Pakistan. Triggered by the Pahalgam incident, New Delhi launched Operation Sindoor against Pakistan. But Washington intervention, brokered by the Vice President Vance and Secretary of State Rubio, halted the escalation. President Trump publicly claimed credit for preventing a nuclear conflict while pointedly refusing to endure India's efforts to label Pakistan a state sponsor of terrorism.
His aspiration is to bring peace and stability to the world. Today's signing follows our success with India and Pakistan. They were going at it. They were going at it big, and they were two great leaders that came together just prior to what would have been a tremendous conflict, as you know, a nuclear conflict probably.
This perception in New Delhi was that the US had undercut India's diplomatic and military stance, leaving Modi's government with an embarrassing climb down. Some analysts argue that the Pahalgam incident may have served a dual purpose, rallying domestic support and diverting American pressure to join a harder line against China. For decades, India has guarded its strategic autonomy, resisting alignment with any singular power bloc while balancing relations with rivals. Confronting China directly at Washington's urging would have risked binding India too tightly to US strategic designs. Undermine this tradition by shifting the spotlight to Pakistan, New Delhi could demonstrate decisive military action without jeopardizing its latitude in dealing with Beijing and Moscow. Whether this was a calculated diversion or an unfortunate coincidence remains uncertain, but it fits a familiar pattern in India's foreign policy playbook. Trade tensions have added fuel to the fire. India has refused to open its agriculture market to the US products or lower steep tariffs, some as high as 50% on American goods.
भारत कभी भी समझौता नहीं करेगा। मैं जानता हूं व्यक्तिगत रूप से मुझे बहुत बड़ी कीमत चुकानी पड़ेगी, लेकिन मैं इसके लिए तैयार हूं।
In retaliation, the Trump administration imposed 25% tariffs on Indian imports in August, with threats to raise them to 50%. For Washington, this is a battle of market access. For New Delhi, it's a matter of potential rural livelihoods and resisting what it sees as American economic coercion. Energy policy has become another flashpoint. Despite US sanctions and repeated warnings, India continues to buy discounted Russian oil, which now accounts for nearly 40% of its crude imports. From Washington's perspective, this undermines sanctions against Moscow and blunts US geopolitical leverage. From India's standpoint, it is a pragmatic choice, ensuring affordable energy and maintaining ties with a long-time defense and energy partner. Finally, there is the question of personality and politics. The warmth one displayed between Trump and Modi has cooled. Trump's open outreach to Pakistan and aggressive tariff policy has irritated New Delhi, while some in Washington suspect Modi of quietly favoring democratic interlocutors in the US political system. This personal undercurrent, combined with structural strategic disagreements, have created a relationship that is cordial in rhetoric but tense in practice. To sum up, what we are witnessing is not an isolated diplomatic spat, but the resurfacing of old patterns. Two leaders with strong personalities, two nations with diverging strategic compulsions and a shared history of friction, just as in 1971 when Nixon and Indira Gandhi clashed over war, alliances and autonomy. The Trump-Modi equation in 2025 is shaped by competing visions of national interest. Whether Nixon-Indira 2.0 will end in reconciliation or a deeper strategic drift remains to be seen. But the frost is unmistakable. What are your views on the subject? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and be sure to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, stay safe and stay kind. Allah Hafiz.